What's up, guys? My name is Darla, and today I'm here with the beautiful Amanda, and we're going to talk about her chopper build. So I guess you could just start off by telling me how it became to be.
Okay, let's do it. So I've had this bike for almost 10 years. I bought this bike stock. It's a 2003 Sportster Custom 1200. I got it. It was completely stock. I still have the tins actually over there. So you can see what it looked like originally. It was my second bike. My first bike was a 1983 Yamaha Virago 750, which is so funny because, you know, people see me on Instagram now and they're like, oh, you have a chopper. Yeah. And they don't see like the past. Yeah. That was pretty dark.
Everybody starts somewhere.
It was a dark past. Just kidding. I love the progress. I think that's what's all about. So yeah, I rode this bike for 6 to 7 years. Mainly stock at first, but then I progressively started buying parts for it and modifying it a little bit to make it more comfortable for me because I felt like it was a heavy bike. I wanted to look cooler. It was very old school looking. So a lot of those parts are still with me now, like with this build. The bars, for example, they have been with this bike since
the beginning.
The headlight has also been a staple, like my signature kind of for the bike. So yeah, I think it was a matter of waiting the right time financially, and also I wanted to be, I don't know, for me, the community aspect of the chopper community was really important. It wasn't just about having the bike, it was getting to know the history of it, getting to know, how people get into building bikes and all that. And that was introduced to me through my husband, Jesse. I did not grow up around bikes at all. I'm from Brazil. So in Brazil, bikes are mainly a transportation thing. It's not really a lifestyle thing.
And do they have like lots of like Vespas, kind of like the little scooter kind of bikes? Or
mainly like CBs, Honda's 125 cc's. That's what you see a lot of, which is changing a lot. Now, if you look at the chopper community in Brazil, is like really growing.
That's cool.
And it's really cool to see that. So anyway, I was told that I had to deserve to have a chopper during my process of, growing into the motorcycle lifestyle. And I couldn't buy a chopper. I had to build it or be part of the progress. So, and I kind of looking back, I respect that a lot because I feel like that makes a difference. Instead of just magically, showing up with a chopper or trying to ride something that you're kind of intimidated by because it takes getting used to it. So I try to focus on learning how to ride and being confident at it, getting good at it. And then here comes the chopper process of it. I also waited for Jesse to build his shovel first. So it took me a while, 6-7 years riding that stock Sportster until I was tired of friends making fun of me because I would show up to chopper shows on my stock Sportster. And I didn't care that much, but so I needed something to be fast. I needed for the process to be fast because it was my only bike. It still is my only bike. And I didn't want to be without a bike for too long.
Yeah, it sucks. I can tell you that.
You're experiencing that.
Yeah, I'm experiencing that now. It's not fun. Not fun. You definitely have a plan B if you're going to do a build.
Yeah. So I didn't want to go through that for too long. And I knew about the hardtail kits, and that's something that I wanted to make sure. I wanted to have a hardtail, and decided to stick with the motor I already had because it's a Sportster. It's reliable, you know?
No, it's definitely.
As much as I try to kill this bike, like, it's still here. So, got the hardtail kit from Throttle Addiction. Jesse, my husband, he was like, I really like that kit specifically because of the lines and because of the oil bag that comes with it. I knew the person, the painter who I wanted to have the paint job from. That was Joey Cano. I knew that I wanted something kind of feminine, but I didn't know necessarily like.
I love it. It's so cute.
It was supposed to be a peach color originally, and he was the one who showed me this type of pink. He showed me a classic car from the 50s with that paint job. And I was like, you know what? I think I was never a pink girl. Pink was never my choice of color, but it turned out to be pretty sick. So funny thing about the paint, I didn't give him a specific blend. I knew that I wanted flames, but what I did, I created a mood board.
Okay.
So I sent him photos of landscapes that I like, of objects with kind of the vibe that I liked. And I didn't want to give him reference from other
another
bikes.
paint job or something, yeah.
Because I feel like he's an artist. I couldn't, just say, hey, can you please copy this paint job?
People do that, yeah.
But yeah, I knew that I wanted flames. And I wanted Joey Cano to paint my bike because the first chopper I really fell in love with was this bike that he built for Giddy Up, Texas. It was a chopper show that doesn't exist anymore. And I saw the bike back in 2015, 2016. And I was like, one day I'm going to have a bike that cool. So, yeah. And it wasn't anything that I had a specific vision of. I knew things that I liked, and it just became. But I think my favorite thing about the bike is the combination, the balance of how aggressive the stance is and how feminine, how like sweet it is with the pink color. So I like the balance. Yeah, the stance is definitely my favorite thing. I love how this line goes up, and it doesn't have the bike doesn't have a lot of details. I wanted for it to be like clean looking. And then funny thing, the seat. So I decided that I wanted a white seat because I think with the pink and the white flames, it had to be white. And then Throttle Addiction used to make some of those back in the day. And when I ordered my hardtail kit, the seat comes with the hardtail kit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so nowadays I think they only do black ones, but I saw and I saved a screenshot of a post like a long time ago. And I was like, hey, do you guys still have a white seat? Do you guys still make them? And they're like, no, we no longer make the white ones. But we might have one in our warehouse that we could sell it to you. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Meant to be.
Yeah. So I was lucky enough, and it was never a true white. It was more like an off-white, and I think it balances really well with the color of the flames. And then, of course, got matching grips for that. So the motor is original, and everything else. So I had the handlebars, I had the headlight, and I bought new handlebars for this bike for the build. And when I put it on, I was like, no, it doesn't vibe with it. So it's okay, we just stick to that one, but we did cut the ends of it to make it more narrow. It was a little bit wider. The pipes exhaust is from Paco. We did the chain conversion, the air filter. This is another detail that I really love about the bike, is that I wanted a small air cleaner. So definitely the Trident ones were like, I really like those, but I didn't want it for it to be plain. And then I thought about having it engraved, but I already had the engraving on the gas cap, and I didn't want to have too much of that. So Jesse had the idea of removing this emblem, which was from the original air filter of the bike,
okay.
and then staking it to the new one. So I think it's cool because it's a 100th
from before.
Yeah, and it's a limited edition. It's the 100th anniversary bike, so I like to have that right there, and it matches to that one right there.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. I like that. And it looks like it belongs like that, like it's supposed to be.
I know, right? I thought it was pretty clever.
What about some of the rides you've taken it on since you've chopped it up?
Many rides. I don't really have necessarily like long distance rides. Well, in Texas, every ride is a long distance ride.
Yeah.
It takes you 600 miles just to get out of Texas. So many trips around Texas, many shows. In Texas, we had Fandango. Many stories of like running out of oil completely and thinking I was gonna kill the bike. The motor was gone.
You're like, it's gonna catch on fire.
And my hair was completely covered in oil when I get to my destination, and the bike has no oil in it. This year we did the Prow show, so we rode to that. Had trips around Oregon, Idaho, here. There was some venting in between. But yeah, this bike has been places. I also was very lucky to have the bike right after the build, invited to a lot of shows. So I got to show the bike at Mama Tried, got to show the bike at a few Cleveland, in Ohio, Born Free, Texas. We were part of the Exos hideout.
That's so exciting. Like, I can't imagine the feeling of just being like offered the invitation for something like that, especially the very first time. Doesn't it just make you feel like, oh my God, who me? Like,
dude, yeah. When I received the email, I was like, are you sure you meant to send this to me?
yeah.
And it's so cool to see the excitement, especially to see the support that female writers are getting nowadays. Because when I started 10 years ago, it was not like this. And I would reach out back to them and say, hey, I did not build this bike. My husband built this bike. Like, is it okay? They're like, yeah, it's not about necessarily building the bike. It's about your journey, your experience, and riding the bike also. So that's pretty cool.
No, yeah.
Like, some people tell me to change my rear tire and keep it more classic looking. And I'm like, tire is the only thing that I'm not willing to do just to have the old school look. I want to make sure that I have good performance tires on my bike.
You want to feel safe and comfortable.
Yeah. Because I ride this bike pretty much every single day. So I want to make sure that I can rely on my tires.
You know, I think everybody should just do what they want to do. And if other people have an issue, they need to get a life. I'm like, I want to have a front brake. If you have a problem with that, just leave me alone. I can't.
But that's what choppers are about.
Yeah.
They're about self-expression. And, you know, so if you have to copy somebody else just because that's the trend, just because that's pure correct, like, that's really not it, in my opinion.
Is there anything like specific that you want to get across to people, or just anything that you want to say that you haven't said that you want to be in the interview?
Yeah, definitely. I think my goal with, you know, when I hear from people that I inspire them, I hope that my inspiration is not going towards having a pretty bike. It's not about that. It's about writing what you have, writing what you can afford, and just living that experience and, you know, be a better writer, be more confident about it. Of course, everybody wants to look cool, but I feel like it's better for you to have something that you're gonna ride and just live the process of, you know, building the bike instead of just having a cool bike and not really living it.
Yeah.
So don't be scared of, you know, showing up to chopper shows or meeting the people in this community just because you don't have a cool bike. I think you're gonna gain a lot of respect from the community if you show that you're really invested and that you want to live this.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. Kind of like for everyone just to like follow their own path and their own journey and don't feel because
pressured.
Someone else did something a certain way doesn't mean that you have to like follow that exact same route that they took or whatever the case. I like that.
And don't wait for the perfect moment. You know, don't wait for the perfect bike. Just get out there and ride.
Well, I'm going to link all of Amanda's social media in the description below. She's very popular on the social media, so you guys can go follow her.
Just want to say thank you for having me in your channel.
Of course, thank you for letting us come.
Of course, allowing me to talk a little bit about the Pussy Wagon, which I never mentioned the name of the bike, but that's Pussy Wagon, guys.
I like your style. Well, thank you guys for watching and stay tuned next week for another video. And thank you again for letting us come. I appreciate it. And subscribe.
Yes.